And just before we look into South Africa, Nigeria's headline inflation rate slows for a second consecutive month in July to 11.08% from 11.22% in June. A data released by the National Bureau of Statistics shows food inflation also slowed to 13.39% from 13.56% in June, while core inflation declined to 8.80% versus 8.84% the previous month. Urban index is 1.07% lower, while rural index dips to 0.96% on month-on-month basis. And Zimbabwean Finance Minister Mutuli Nkobe has laid out a plan to end the nation's two-decade standoff with international creditors and dismissed rapidly accelerated inflation as wage compression. The minister said the country would establish a monetary policy committee within a month that will cut interest rates, begin selling bonds with maturities of as long as 30 years, and proceed with a plan to privatize everything from state telecommunications companies to timber plantations. By settling arrears with multilateral lenders, the nation hopes to access the finance it needs to revive the economy. And Ghana will offer tax breaks of up to 10 years to automakers that set up local manufacturing plants as the government seeks to attract international companies such as Volkswagen and Nissan Motor Corporation. And Volkswagen and Nissan both agreed last year to set up auto assembly plants if Ghana signed off on an official incentive plan, while Renault SA said in January it will consider a similar move in March. Toyota Motor Corporation and Suzuki Motor Corporation announced a joint venture to produce vehicles in the nation. Ghana's move to lure car makers follows South Africa, which has attracted 7 manufacturers, including Renault, Nissan, and Toyota, with tax incentives. And South Africa's rand was firmer earlier today, adding to the previous session's gains in recovery, driven mainly by investors covering their short positions in anticipation of sharper falls as local and global growth fears loom. For South African market wraps up, here is Becky Malley, my colleague in Johannesburg, to tell us. Becky, hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, a lot of volatility in the currency and equities market this week. Aside from the global growth fears, what other factors drove sentiment this week?
Well, it has been observed that a lot of investors have been dumping South African government bonds at a rate of almost 2 billion a day since August. And, that has really put a damp in the economy. And also, there's a lot of political instability at the moment here and there. You do get investor confidence dropping because of that. We have recent cases where foreign nationals were attacked and their shops were being looted. So that is some of the elements that have poured, let's say, that have poured cold water on the economy at the moment in South Africa.
Now, there is a rising likelihood of a credit ratings downgrade. How has the government responded to this so far?
Well, the government is trying by all means to push jobs, especially trying to get the private sector involved in the job creation process, because they have put it out there that the government alone cannot fight the unemployment battle. So the government is really trying to push for a better way of increasing employment, which means, if more people are employed, there's more money getting into the economy. But then, it's a bit of a challenge now because a lot of companies were busy downsizing and the government, everything falls on the government's hands now. So everything lies on the government's shoulders. But now they are in a position where they are negotiating with private sector, especially now all provinces during their State of the Province address, we're addressing that, their priorities is creating employment and to attract a bit more foreign investment so that they can assist the government in pushing more jobs, which probably can make the economy a bit better.
Now, on the corporate world, South Africa's Truworths International Limited is considering closing loss-making stores of its UK-based shoe chain office. What is the discussions around this where you are?
Well, over the past few months, we have noticed that actually they were downsizing. They were reducing some of their managers. They used to have a manager for operations and a admin. So now they were just merging, having one manager in each shop. So they're trying to cut costs as much as they can. But we haven't really gotten a big issue where they start closing shops yet.
And what other companies made headlines this week?
This week we saw Vodacom coming into the picture. Vodacom saying it wants to invest about 9 billion before the end of this year. It wants to expand its network because it's one of the giants in the country. But they said now they want to do some more outreach, especially in the rural areas. So, everyone is converting now towards 5G. So they want to be ahead of that. They want to attract more people to coming to them by providing such facilities and services to people in the rural areas. So they are expanding their network and also expanding the reach in terms of people can access medical facilities from the rural areas through Vodacom lines. So these are one of the companies that has really been on the news lately.
So what is the outlook for next week?
Well, President Ramaphosa has signed quite a controversial bill, which is a debt relief bill, which basically states that people that earn a certain minimum amount and or have a debt that reaches about 50,000 rand will have their debts cancelled. So that has been causing a bit of tension, and a lot of analysts say that that will continue to drag the economy even further down, because where will the money come from now? If they are cancelling the debts, who will pay the money at the end of the day? So it's still a debate over that now. So we'll have to see the ripple effects of that as from next week.
All right, we look forward to a brighter week next week. Thank you, Becky. And to the Nigerian equities market, the governor of Equities State in the southwest of Nigeria, Kayode Fayemi, is at the Nigerian Stock Exchange today to brief the market on the state of the economy of the state. Let's bring in Edidion Ewan to tell us how that is rubbing off on the market. Hello, Eddie. Good afternoon. So what has Dr. Fayemi got to say to the market today, and how much impact is his visit having on the market?
Hello, Chimi. Good afternoon. Well, the governor is still on his way, but the last time he was here in 2011 and the bond was raised, it was at a fixed rate of 14.5%. So by the time he gets here and, he speaks to us, we'll have more details. But then, Chimi, this is an opportunity for long-term investors to position themselves, and take advantage of the interest rate environment that may come with it. But Chimi, I must say that the positive sentiments that we saw earlier in the day, which was largely driven by the banking sector, has been reversed at this time. We're currently down by 0.63%, swimming in the 26,000 level. So, and that's largely driven by the consumer goods sector. It's down by almost 5%. NASCON is down by 10%. Nestle is down by 10%. So, Jimmy, it is very unlikely that we're going to end the week positively. Although there's there's a lot of activity in the banking sector. GT Bank is still up, on the news, the financial results and, the dividend that's going to be paid. But I don't think that will be enough to pull the market. So, Jimmy, I don't know if I should say thank God it's Friday or if we should just hope for better trading ahead.
Oh, we'll keep hoping for better trading ahead, and we will say thank God it's Friday, Eddie. All right, on that note, we draw the curtain on today's edition of the program. And of course, for the week, thank you for watching. I'm Chimeze Obi Iwago.